Hello! We're here. We're ready. We're going. Okay, nice audio thing. This guy has to warm up before he swims. Special. So Route... What is this? 1919. 1919, yes. And Tentacle. Speaking of Route 19, we have Tentacle. So, Route 19, what is it? It's a water route filled with some trainers, filled with more Tentacle, because 100% of the time you're fighting Tentacle. Yeah, that sums up my amazing trip we're gonna have. Now let's see if... I wonder if Shelter will live. It will. Withdraw. Would that put you with enough strength to survive my strength? Yeah. All warmed up. Congratulations. Now you need to go to Pokemon Center to surf. Except, for some reason, everyone else can swim while I cannot. I look at the sea to forget. Forget what? Talk about your problems, man. Horsey. Well, I can see why you have a problem. I mean... So... Let's stop. Should be relatively weak. Yep, it's going well. I really don't got a lot to say. I mean, there's... I guess I could talk about something I kind of skipped over. I think I talked about Staryu a little bit, and Starmie. I said they were great Pokemon, but I kind of want to go over some, like, because we're at the point where, well, I'm at the point where I have all 16 members. Isn't it? Oh, there you are. But 16 members, and it looks very similar to a competitive team in actuality, with a couple changes, of course. Doug Trio is not very useful without Arena Trap, of course, but which recently just got banned, I think, in Sun and Moon OU, which is, I don't know. I don't play enough competitive in Gen 6, 7, we're in 7. Oh, thank you. Thank you for missing. But, their trio is not very competitive, and Venusaur you can throw out for Executor, but in reality, Venusaur still has a use as a fast sleeper in comparison to Executor. What's beyond the horizon? Sci-fi. That's what. But that's how I like to build teams. I like to build teams that, if I were to go in a competitive match, I'd most likely lose just because it's formatted for in-game purposes. But I can maybe sneak out a win here or there, so that's how I like to play. And also, it helps that competitive teams, if you can make them in-game, are pretty good. But because Staryu and Starmie came up into my head, I kind of want to go over a couple Pokemon that I thought for a team for quite a bit. So I'm just going to go over them, and they're all possible Pokemon at this time. And one of them was Charizard, funnily enough. When I was originally going through the Pokemon I wanted, and I have fond memories of, and I could talk about, and all that, there were a couple Pokemon that came up right away. Yeah, Venusaur. Venusaur was the first Pokemon that reached 100 for me. It was the first Pokemon I got was a Bulbasaur. So, fond memories there, but also, will my plant team really want that? Will a grass type work? If not, I can save the Psychic Gem for Executor and use that, or maybe Victory Bell. Maybe some version of that. But it ended up that I was like, nah, let's go with Venusaur. Let's just start that. So Charizard, while it was a decision, it was a quick decision to say no. So don't say I never gave him a fair chance, because I didn't give him one at all, because Venusaur is better. So that was the starter choice. Blastoise was never a choice, by the way. Don't talk to me about that. But another Pokemon that you've probably, or I've mentioned before, is Slowbro. Slowbro, I thought, as a team member, along with Starmie, they both held a spot at one point for possible team member. Slowbro for a lot longer because I thought it would be fun to use. But it's 30 speed just went... do I really want to? I mean, Lapras is pretty slow. And that's Lapras. Has double the speed. Almost triple, I think. No, not triple. Isn't it 80 or 70? I don't remember. Phone. You'd think I would remember this. Lapras is one of my favorites. But, I thought of Slowbro for a while. Along with, what was it? Starmie. What were my other water types? I thought of Tentacruel. Oh yeah, here we are. With this amazing walk into a wild battle and then get back into a battle. Love it. Tentacruel, yeah. So, originally, Tentacruel was maybe going to be my other poison type along with Venusaur because there's so many good poison types. It is 60 speed. It's double. I thought it was a little higher, but... I don't know why I forgot that. I'm getting mixed up with a couple others. But Tentacruel was in there for a little bit. I decided against it. If I was going to use another Pokemon that was poison type, it was either going to be Nidoking, Gengar, or I think I was messing around with Weezing or Mach or one of the two for a while. Or maybe, I don't know, Venomoth was also on there for a little bit. Very small amount of time though. But, there we go, turn that off. But, here's Tentacruel now actually. We're going to Earthquake this. And Tentacruel is very strong, don't get me wrong. He learns Surf, or learns Ice Beam. It's too bad that his Poison type doesn't really assist it this generation. If it was a pure Water type, it would have been really good this generation. But, nope, Alakazam existed. So, I need a drink, I think. But, that was one of the possible team members. And then, so I decided, well, let's go in order. Let's go in order of the route, see what's going to be useful or not. So I went through, Venusaur was first. And then, do I want a Spearow into a Fearow? No. No, I really don't. Do I want a Nidoking? And this was actually a tough decision because if you don't know, Nidoking breaks Generation 1 pretty hard. So I kind of just went, if I have trouble filling a last spot, I'll reformat the team. By the way, we learned Tail Whip, or was gonna learn like a couple levels ago. Now we're learning Leer. I mean, kind of an overlap there, but whatevs. I swam here, but I'm tired. Well, this is why you surf on a Pokemon. They are our slaves for a reason. But my next Pokemon would have been Pikachu. I decided to say no to that pretty fast. Mostly because if I am going to go with the electric type, it would be Zapdos or Jolteon, but that's just me. And that's how I always think about with this generation in mind. Unless I'm playing yellow, then I just kind of put Pikachu somewhere. Sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. But, so the Viridian Forest and the early routes were left out. What about Mount Moon? There's a Magikarp there. Do I want to use a special Gyarados? That was the true question. But, I decided, nah, I don't wanna. So that was out. I was never going to use Golbat. I decided early on that I wasn't going to use Rhydon or Golem. Though Golem lasted a little bit, but I wasn't going to use Clefable at all. I'd rather go with Snorlax at that point, just for the power of it. And then eventually I got to Cerulean City and I was like, well, Alakazam does exist here. Do I want to catch an Alakazam? And I decided no, I did not want to catch an Alakazam. I already threw away one breaking of the game in Nidoking. I don't want to break in another way. And so I kind of threw it away, so to say. And then Dugtrio was meant to be my second Pokemon for a while. And then I was like, oh, Gengar, that sounds fun. Gengar was going to be my third. And then I didn't want to use Jolteon because Gengar used the Thunderbolt TM. So didn't want to really do that, did I? We are out of PP on everything here. This is not going well. But, I decided that, okay, so what are we waiting for then? And then Starmie and Slowbro came up, and I was like, do I really want to use these things? And Starmie was no, because I was going to use my Psychic TM, and I kind of like to have double stab on Starmie for in-game purposes, and all that. So we're going to fly back, and I will actually be finishing this little team comp rant thing in the next part. And I'm sorry if I'm not talking about the game. I mean, it's a bunch of Tentacools and water Pokemon. And it's basically Tauros getting some free experience. So next time we'll be back where that swimmer was, or I'll just meet you here and we'll have fun. So at least we heard the jumps that time. We're gonna get off this. So till then.